we are here in Social Panga and I'm excited to go meet the leadership team first and also take a look at the office.
Every character of Panga or Mafias has a element of Sholay, Gabbar, Mogambo.
I saw this ad that you had made for KitKat and that ad particularly had 1 billion impressions and 2.77% in brand record.
So any brand will come to us and hey, there is an objective or there is a problem statement which we want to address.
Is there like a recipe for a campaign to go viral?
If there is a common thread that people connect with, the so-called viral goes up.
Wherever you go, just paste your logo. It's all about logo, it's all about visuals. But actually, that's not true. There's just more to branding. You need to talk to your consumer and tell them exactly what is your thought process as a brand. What are you going after? You know, that makes so much of a difference.
That first thing that you think of is think of chocolates, and if you think of chocolate, you think of Cadbury Dairy Milk. Consumer reference point. To drive, you need an investment. I believe that marketing automation is that investment.
Advertising in general is a very creative field. It's a very open culture where people, can talk freely, right? Unsubscribes translate to bad email marketing.
The right content, right platform, and right time is a critical piece.
It will be, I'll show you the color palette of a brand and you guys have to guess what the brand is.
Mastercard.
Oh, I really thought this one would be difficult, guys. Raise your hand.
We are in Mumbai for the next episode of Behind the Brand Bus. Once in a while, or most of the time, some of us take pride in the brands that we wear, the brand that we drive, the one that we carry. So brand has been such a major part of everyday life, right? And it's not just something that happens overnight. So for a business to transform into a brand, it takes so much effort, so much campaigns, and so many people working behind it. Today's episode is going to be all about branding, and for that we've come to meet the experts who have built brand ethos for companies like IKEA, Mamaearth and so on. So let's go have a good conversation with them and uncover the secrets of branding. Hi Himanshu.
Hello, how are you?
It's wonderful to be at your office and thank you for taking the time out. I know you're supposed to be in Bangalore this week, but you're here in Mumbai for our shoot. So I just wanted to first understand about the office and everything. So when I was coming in, I saw that there's this one big cycle that's placed here, and a little birdie told me there's a story behind this cycle. Would you like to share it with us?
So each of our offices, Bangalore, Bombay and Gurgaon, has a cycle on it.
Okay.
So wherever you visit, that's a common element. The story is very, very simple. One of our initial client had a car, his first car.
Okay.
He has hung that car upside down with headlights of that car as a lighting for the office. So I was thinking, I can't hang the car, especially in Bombay where the space is very limited.
Yeah.
I found a great cycle back in Bangalore. We painted it yellow. That's our color. We want to have a yellow color on top of it. And I'm also a cyclist.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So that kind of goes back to it. And we did it back in 2016-17.
Okay.
And every office of ours has a cycle to it. So if you open a new one also, the common element will, Himanshu may or may not be there.
But cycle will be there. Got it. Okay. And this is Marketing Mafias. And I also noticed this on your website. Can you tell a story?
So, Mafia, so when we started Panga, every character of Panga or Mafias has a element of Gabbar, Sholay, Gabbar, Mogambo and all.
Okay.
So the concept is Mafias, where we are not breaking the rules, but tweaking the rules.
Okay.
So as an advertising, if you look at it, right, this needs to be something which is different.
Right.
That kind of registers in consumers' mind.
Right.
Otherwise, you keep on doing run-of-the-mill stuff. So we call it as a mafia mentality. So anything which you're doing, from as basic writing a caption for a post or thinking a day-to-day campaign, do a big ticket campaign, we make sure that mafia mentality is there. So,
Amazing.
and every office that we go, or you go to a website, we call ourselves marketing.
Mafias, yes. That's a wonderful story. I mean, you have a different perspective of
Yeah, we
viewing
have
things.
to. We have to.
Correct, yeah. So let's walk around then.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw this ad that you had made for KitKat, KitKat Catch a Break. And that ad particularly had 1 billion impressions and 2.77% in brand recall. If you see KitKat as a brand, it's already so evolved, but you guys gave it a twist. And I'm very sure that every campaign would have a creative process behind this. Would you like to explain the process?
So, how we are structured ourselves as an agency also, we have 5 different verticals. Social Panga take care of one thing. There's a yellow shutter which take care of production.
Right.
There's a viral union which takes care of influencer. There's one which is purely into branding, and there's a performance piece. We are focusing on the solution bit.
Right.
We are not focusing on the services bit.
Okay.
So any brand, like a KitKat, Maggie that we work with, or any other brand, right? When they come to us, they don't come to us that let's do an influencer campaign. They come to us, hey, there is an objective or there's a problem statement which we want to address. How can you help us, right? In the case of KitKat, KitKat is an established brand,
Correct.
right? And we work with multiple brands like Mama Earth, Lactose of the world, where we need to establish the brand. The philosophy of the brand needs to be established, needs to be pumped into people's mind. This is what we stand for.
Right.
But that was not the case with KitKat. Correct? KitKat has a global campaign or thought process, taking the break, right? Which we can't change around.
Correct.
What was required in that use case was how a large set of people in their mind, that thought process get reinforced.
Right.
Right? That people should, the moment the break word kind of comes into mind, the first thing that people should remember is KitKat. Right? So there's 2 pieces to it. One is devising that thought process, which we have done for multiple brands in the past. Some of the brands, and this is a great time in India because a lot of consumer brands are coming up.
Correct.
Right? Mama is another example, Ep-2 is another example. If you pick up any category, there's a new consumer brand which is coming up, right? That is one way of dealing with it. You kind of figure out the space and then put that across. But in this case, the campaign was already coined.
Correct.
Which is taking a break bit. What was required is large set of people should speak about it.
Correct.
And if we want more people to speak about it, there's nothing better than an influencer-led piece.
Right.
So that campaign thought process, strategy, and we had a partner kind of disseminate that piece was think from that point of view.
And there were close to 100 influencers who did a video.
And we were choosing a humor, if you notice, each of
Correct.
the influencer.
Yes.
Humor was a common thread.
Yes.
So what is important is that somewhere you need to connect emotionally or some other emotion with the audience.
Right.
In this case, humor was that emotion for people to connect with.
But is there like a recipe for a campaign to go viral, especially on social media? We might just think as marketers sitting in a room brainstorming ideas, we might just think like, oh no, this idea is going to be hit. But when it goes live, then sometimes it doesn't perform well or sometimes it performs well. But in your team, do you have a recipe for a campaign to go viral?
So the secret sauce.
Yes, yes.
No, so first and foremost, so viral is the most overused term in advertising. So like every movie maker wants to make a hit film. Every advertiser wants to do a viral campaign.
Correct.
But that's not exactly how it happens. What we intend to do is figure out a problem and give a solution to it, right? And the solution could be anything. There is no concept of viral. In fact, some of the ideas and concepts don't even need a virality piece.
Correct.
Correct? But there needs to be a common thread which people remember, right? So there's a recent campaign which went live, the Lahori campaign, if you've seen the Lahori Jeera piece to it, right? If there is a common thread that people connect with, the so-called viral goes up. And it could be any emotion, it could be humor. A lot of BFSI players have connected emotionally at multiple campaigns, right?
Correct.
So the moment people connect with that campaign, they share. Once they share, obviously the virality quotient of that campaign or thought goes.
Amazing. Okay, but you often get clients. They just come in and their goal is just campaign has to be viral. Just make a viral
So
campaign
then
for
we
me.
educate the client.
That there's no a lot of factor depends on.
Yes.
You never know what things go viral also these days.
Absolutely.
You mentioned about kindling emotions, in our previous discussion. So this brings back this brings the memory of one of the campaign that you guys have done for Maggie. And I saw this one video, which was like, a bowl of hot steaming Maggie during a monsoon, and there's just rain all.
And I just can't stop. I feel like, oh, I want that cup of Maggie for me. I want to eat it. So that kind of stimulated it. And another one was around the cricket time where you tapped it right during the right moment. You also placed the Maggie campaign there. Do you think that campaigns actually work better if you kind of stimulate the emotional or the right moment for the audience?
Absolutely. So I'll give you a couple of examples out there. Maggie is considered to be a 4 p.m. snack.
Correct.
Right? Post lunch, in between, like an evening snack, in between the dinner and lunch time frame.
Right.
So it's important from a consumer standpoint, we create those reference points. Right? I'll give you a few examples for it. Maggie have been specifically speaking about 4 p.m., 4 p.m., 4 p.m.
Right.
So whenever a 4 p.m. clocks, there's only Maggie which should hit you, right? Nestle Dairy Milk, Cadbury Dairy Milk, right? Now if you look at it, it was never considered to be a festive gifting point of view.
Correct.
It was always a mithai or sweet for us. What they did is, by created a consumer reference point, that first thing that you think of is think of chocolates, and if you think of chocolate, you think of Cadbury Dairy Milk. Consumer reference point.
Right.
I'm not sure in the college days if a guy has gifted you a Ferrero Rocher, right? Now, from a that gifting point of view, it is considered to be an expensive chocolate in that reference point. You don't think of Cadbury Dairy Milk that time. When you're feeling hungry, right, you will never order a Dairy Milk. What will you order?
Sneakers.
Sneakers, right? That again, creating a reference point. What brand want you to think of the brand at what junction or space, and that's how you first think of that and devise an advertising communication on top of it.
Right. Especially for Mama Earth, you kind of got the. You have to. It's almost like you want to know what the brand is speaking. You want to hear what the brand is. Want to talk to their customers, like how you told me. So for Mama Earth, the essence that came out is it's pure. So that's how you build the entire brand with it. So when I see just a bottle of Mama Earth or the website or whatever I see, I just feel like, oh, it's so pure, it's so fresh. I think that
Absolutely.
understanding of consumer and understanding what the positioning should be, what the brand should say, what the narrative should be, I think.
So for Mama, what we thought of, there's a thought process called goodness inside.
Correct.
So goodness inside in the bottle, and they are zero plastic company. So
Right.
whatever they use from a bottling standpoint, it goes back. And every 6 months or in year, they have reinforced that point of view in consumers' mind in different initiatives. Like anything that you order from Mama Earth website, you basically plant something.
Right.
Again, goodness inside thought process. Right. So initiatives and campaigns is a byproduct of that white space.
Right.
It's basically an extension to reinforce their point again and again. But the first thing is that what do you stand for?
Yeah.
And a lot of consumer brands fail or not able to make an impact because they become a me-too product. Correct? So product is one piece which you need to differentiate. But plus to that is how do you place yourself, how do you position yourself is something as a marketer or a brand marketer you have a control.
I think building brand in itself is a bigger job. Just starting, sometimes the businesses just have this misconception that we've registered the business, now our product is live, and then we started distributing it, which means our brand is established. But that's not the case. It takes so much time and so much effort, so much planning. With whatever you're saying.
So consumer buys brand, right? A product will cost you 10 rupees, but a brand will cost you 100 rupees. As in there have been zillion case studies that coffee is cost you 10, it gets sold at 300 rupees. that differential amount or delta amount is what accounts for brand, right? You buy Apple, right? Because you like the brand, you have a trust to it, right? And you pay that premium on the brand. So whenever you ask for that premium, that delta amount, it's only because of the love for the brand. And that brand loves people drive it to the next level. Getting a product, getting a company registered is a one part, is a starting piece, right? If your product is not good enough, irrespective how much branding you do,
Yeah.
you're going to fail.
Yeah.
So I have a very simple thought process. I call it a triangle approach, which is product. Your product needs to differentiate. It needs to have a strong brand positioning, like what you stand for, and how you reinforce or disseminate. So large set of people should be aware that what you stand for. If you don't do the third one, whatever that you speak, only two people see, right? It doesn't serve the purpose, right? But if you don't do the third one or don't do the first one, this all needs to work in tandem, and that's when the magic happens.
So I have more brand questions, and if you can let me know who will be the next person that I can talk to about more of branding question, I'm going to come back to you for a different segment. I can join them and I can continue the discussion.
Thank you. I'll take you to, I'll make you meet Rukshin.
Yeah.
She can help you with few set of
Oh,
questions.
sure.
Let me introduce you to Rukshin, and she takes care of brand and strategy at Panga.
So Rukshin, I had a wonderful talk with Himanshu, and he told me quite a lot about the different brands you guys have been working with, and also a little bit of yarn on what branding is all about. Now, from you, I want to understand what are the basic do's and don'ts, specifically highlight on the don'ts for branding that businesses should follow. Maybe first, I think don't forget who your audience is. I think that's the most important thing, because every brand has its own audience, and you're talking to someone specific. You're not talking to everybody always. Yes, there's always a spillover, but you are talking to a particular audience. So I think never forget who your target audience is. I would also say never be a fake. Be real. Be a real, like whatever your brand really stands for. I think because in today's times, and with so much of Gen Z, and for just the people who have also grown in marketing, and everybody knows and understands marketing today, I think it's so important to be real. You shouldn't ever be fake, in the sense that you're portraying something you're not. Be true to the brand that you are making. I think that's another important piece as well. I think be consistent, talking to your audience. Be consistent, keep telling them about what you want to tell them. It could be about any features about the product, or however it is. Don't be inconsistent.
Right.
Keep talking to them. I think today, and transparency, right? So I think transparency is so important, because everybody, actually today there's so much to read, right? Today Google has become a medium where you just open up and read anything. So everyone's very aware, from I think a Gen Z to even somebody who's much older is very aware, and they will just Google it to figure it out. So there is it's very difficult to lie. I mean, we used to, at one time marketing was done in a certain way because there was such less knowledge. Today there's so much knowledge that the consumer knows exactly when you're trying to sell to them, when you're not trying to sell to them. So it has to be done while everyone is trying to sell, and of course that's the game. But how do you actually sell to actually be relevant also to your consumer, and how do you make them really feel that yes, I want to buy your product, or I want to get your service, however it is. So I think that is also really important, and you shouldn't forget that piece as well.
And also, most of the branding, if you just ask people around, then they just assume it's just pasting your logo everywhere.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, just paste your logo.
Yeah.
It's all about logo. It's all about
Yeah.
visuals. But actually, that's not true. There's just more to branding. Would you like to elaborate on?
So branding and I think, like you said, logos. I think logo is just one piece of the puzzle. It's just the design element. Yes, it does play an important part, but that's not the whole and soul of it. Because I think today there's so much more that you will get out of one product. I think the emotional benefit that you're actually getting out of that, the psychography and the psychology that you're getting from that, how does it actually resonate with me? Is it bringing back some kind of nostalgia? Do I remember? It could be anything. Like that day I was looking at a oil, a hair oil. and just brought back memories. And I just wanted to buy it because it just reminded me of, very old time when I was a child and my mom used to, put it. So it's that as well. The scent of something, or it could be the touch and feel of something. That is also so much.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
so
a
much.
conversation with me.
Thank you for taking out the time.
Sure, it's my pleasure. I have Ishwari here with me. She handles HR and operations at Social Panga. Ishwari, the first question I have for you is the culture at Social Panga. The moment I come in, I don't know why I feel this about marketing agencies a lot. It's just very chilled out and relaxed, and it's not like a typical office setup at all. And even the people who come in, also the vibe of it, the way they look, the way they dress, the way they hang around here and there, it just gives me more of a college vibe. So can you elaborate more on that?
So to be honest, at Panga, our goal has always been that our culture is more of the people, right? It's always the people that shape the culture or give life to any company when you walk in, right? And also, advertising in general is a very creative field. In general, most of the people that you meet here would be extremely creative in some form or another, right? So for our work and also for them personally to evolve, it's very important that the creativity also reflects out in different forms, right? There is structure to a lot of things, but also it's a very open culture where people, can talk freely, right? That's when the creativity is going to strive or come out as it's supposed to. So I think for us, our people are the ones that make the culture and also give the whole place the life that it has.
I will completely agree with you, because being a marketer, I think most of our work depends on those cranky ideas that somehow become viral and work out. But for that to come out, you just need to give them that space, give them that creative freedom, like you said. And just don't bother me in my creative freedom time. I cannot think, or I cannot, if there's so much pressure, then I really cannot come up with good ideas or even write good copies. Yeah, I think that's very important for this. And now I understand why most of the marketing agencies have this kind of a culture. And what about the talents, that when you hire people, what are the key things that you look for in marketers?
So when it comes to hiring, a lot of, portfolio is one that is always a given.
Right.
When you are hiring creative people, their portfolios talk about their work or what they've done so far. But along with that, it's also very important to look at their personality or the kind of environment, that they've had in the past agency or the past company that they've worked in. Because only one thing does not define the kind of person you'll be hiring. So I think people, of course, creativity comes first. So that's where we look at portfolios, but also the kind of people that we're hiring, the kind of culture they bring in. Because, like I said, Panga is a place of people.
Right.
So that comes in very, very important, or it's very crucial for me to look at when I'm looking for new talent.
Amazing. When I was talking to Himanshu, he actually mentioned that we look for mafia element in in people we hire, and it was very different approach. So thank you for having a chat with me, and wonderful to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Next up, I have the Mythbuster segment, and for that, I'm going to bring back Himanshu for all of you. I have a few myths for you, and I wanted you to bust it for our audience.
Absolutely.
The first one is unsubscribes translate to bad email marketing.
Okay, so I think that's one of the biggest myth you would have heard, right? The problem is something else. So people unsubscribe for 2 to 3 different reasons. One is the content is not relevant for them, or the content is not good enough for them.
Right.
If it's not relevant, it means that whatever that we send, it doesn't make sense to them. Second is that they've subscribed to this content, they want to consume a similar kind of content, but the quality of content is not good enough.
Right.
It's not meeting their expectations. I think what we need to look at is multiple reasons of unsubscribes, people going up, and then work backwards on it. The right content, right platform, and right time is a critical piece when looking from an email marketing point of view.
Got it. The second one is investment in marketing automation tool isn't worth it.
Okay, I won't say it's a myth, but I would say this is a misconception in a lot of ways, right? So if we want to drive nice 150, 160 kilometer car and you buy a not so good car, irrespective of what you do, you can't drive that. You can't have that comfort and that speed from that car.
Right.
To drive, you need an investment. I believe that marketing automation is that investment. So if you want to have a desired result, right, which as a term says, automated in a lot of ways, right, you need to make that initial investment, right? The problem is that people think that investment as a sunk cost, as a cost, but if you look at it, that's not a sunk cost, a cost. It's eventually enable your growth over a course of time. Yes, it's an initial cost, but if you look at like it's 6 months, 12 months or 24 time frame, you basically get a return ROI, which is a lot more.
Right. So we spoke extensively about brands and how you manage it end to end and all that. And if you ask me to think of managing a business or a brand in the marketing efforts without proper tools in place is just such a chaos, right? So why do you think it's important to invest in the right technology, and how crucial is technology in handling marketing end to end?
So earlier people used to say that technology is enabler.
Right.
I say technology is not just enabler, it's also a growth driver. Right? I think everybody in this world, a zillion times you must have heard technology, technology, technology. The problem what people face in that is inertia. Right? People are doing something in a specific way, and if you ask them to move to do in a different way, right? They want to do, they know the importance of that also, but somewhere they don't end up doing it. The moment you break the barrier of an inertia piece, I think sky is the limit out there. That's one part. Second is, if not technology, how will you do it, right? With digital content consumption going up, the footprints of people on digital can only be captured and then build up from a campaign standpoint through technology only.
Right.
Those days are gone when you send a flyer or newspaper ads or pieces. We consume content on technology, we behave through technology, like from a consumer behavior standpoint. Obviously, any brand or any platform needs to leverage that footprint through tech only.
Right. And when we talk of leads, so in marketing, if you see, there are different aspects to it, different buckets. There's lead gen, there's lead nurturing, there's lead engagement, and then so this whole process of managing it end to end somewhere lies in the hands of marketing in a way. So how do you feel like at different juncture, how does technology help in managing it very efficiently and also making our work much easier?
So it's for to make your life easy.
Right.
As the term itself previously mentioned, it's automate a lot of stuff.
Right.
So when you automate, human intervention is less, chances of making mistakes are less, you are very pinpointed in the direction that you want to move or go into. At the same time, you know what are you getting into. Right. So technology or a marketing automation is the way forward. Because a lot of gaps or leakages happen from a lead generation to a closure piece. Every touch point from a customer standpoint needs to be customized to the last core. It should feel like this product or this brand is meant for me. What I'm getting into will serve the purpose for me. That is one. Second is the moment they don't see that. So touch point could be landing page, it could be communication, it could be the right platform. The moment they see that, the chances of conversion goes up. Your investment and an ROI of your money will obviously much better. And I think Zoho is doing fabulous job, maybe the right platform too.
Got it.
So I have the vibrant team, only a few of them here. Okay, so of Social Panga with me, and they're going to participate in a quiz. So the quiz is basically about, since this episode was about branding, so I've got the quiz on branding, and it will be, I'll show you the color palette of a brand, and you guys have to guess what the brand is. Okay, brand name. So the first picture that I show you will have the color palette. In case if none of you are able to guess it, then I'll move on to a hint in the next image, and then from there you guys can answer. Okay, are you guys ready? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna move to the first question. Can you guess the brand? You have to raise your hand. Okay, she raised it first.
Starbucks.
She got it right. Guys, give her a big round of applause. Okay, so that was Starbucks. Good one. And now I'm gonna move to the next one. Are you ready?
Yes.
So you guys have to be faster. Okay. Okay. She took the lead. Don't make her take the lead again. So that's why I want me to win. Just tell me that. No, I want like a heavy competition. I want all of you to have one score at least. Okay. So this is the next one.
Subway.
Yeah, she got it right, guys. Okay, ready for the third?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I want to see hand raised. Yeah, okay. There you go.
Burger King?
No, wrong.
Barcelona?
No.
Football club? Yeah, I've seen that.
No, wrong.
It's a brand. Actually, give us a hint.
You guys want a hint?
Yeah.
All of you together?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have wings?
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
No, so he gets the point. So we have all three of them have opened their accounts, each 1 point. Okay, let's move on to the next question, guys. I see such clueless faces.
Flags now.
Okay.
No. Burger King has. Can we get a hint?
Do you guys want a hint?
We need a hint, right?
Wait.
You want a hint? You want a hint?
No, wait. Yeah, no.
You might have seen it, but it's just that when you see it here, it gets
Indian oil.
no.
That's the origin.
Yeah, right. That's all I can do.
Origin.
Hint?
Yeah.
Furniture, design and decor.
IKEA. IKEA.
Okay, so that was IKEA.
Can I get a half point?
So he leads with 2 points, by the way. Okay. So we're moving to the next question. Ready?
Yeah.
What?
Mastercard.
Oh, wow.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, that's
So you're not getting this point.
No, I really thought this one would be difficult, guys. So he got the point and he's leading. Okay, next one. Guys, please brace up. Okay, ready?
IDS.
No. She got it. we
Great competition.
have our second lead there.
Yay.
Okay, so that was FedEx.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, now the next one. You guys cannot get this wrong, okay? I want all of your hands up. Okay.
Watching. Flash.
KFC.
No.
How's KFC?
What?
No, these are not flags. You're not supposed to. Oh my god.
Seemed like.
What?
Okay, you guys cannot get this wrong.
Wait.
House.
You want hint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Can't imagine you guys need hint.
Same here. Domino.
Yes.
And by that I win this competition.
So he's opened his account.
Yeah.
Point.
Ooh, we. I should be.
That was Domino's. Okay. So next question, guys.
What's that?
Barcelona.
Robin.
I did.
No, answer, but she needs the hand. Gets the point.
You can't do that. It's so easy.
Oh, okay, I give it to you.
Yeah, it's my point.
Okay, so we have the last question. Oh my god. Okay.
This Taco Bell.
No.
No?
Lakers.
No. I only put 2 primary colors that the brand has. No. You want hint? Okay. Hint?
No, wait.
It's
It's the last question. Okay, wait.
Purple and yellow.
Passos?
No.
Yeah, actually purple.
Yeah. No.
With none.
Okay. You guys want hint?
Yeah.
Catchy. Okay. That was
Everyone. Including me.
Finally.
We should be the proud of the account. We move the next round.
Okay, so we have the winner. Can you? My team, guys, my team. Can you tell us your name?
My name is Aditya.
Okay, Aditya is a winner and he will be tagged the brand champion of Social Panga. Okay, so it was fun. Thank you so much, guys.
Well, that was the end of today's episode, and I had so much fun meeting the team of Social Panga. The team is very energetic, and the insights that I got about branding from them is amazing. Until next episode, I want you guys to stay tuned to this series of Behind the Brand Bus.